What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video I'm going to be showing my solo clear of the Vesper's Host dungeon. I didn't solo flawless it yet. I want to test out a whole bunch of different strategies first. I probably will be attempting it on my Titan, and that's the gameplay you're going to see, because in my opinion Titan is just flat out the best solo flawless dungeon character. I'll get into the reasons why as we go over the encounters. But yeah, and then if I'm talking in the background, like noise that you hear, not my commentary, but if you hear my voice again, that's because I was doing some of this on stream. I was doing the opening encounter, well, like this part, and then the opening encounter, and then the first boss, but then my computer crashed on the first boss, so then I stopped my stream, obviously. And then the next day, I went in there and I soloed, I think that boss off stream, and then I soloed the final boss off stream. I will be attempting some solo flawless. I'll probably do that on stream. But yeah. So basically, this kind of introduces you to the mechanics of the dungeon. So I have a scanner right now, and you can see on my minimap it's yellow, and then it goes white. So that is one of the panels that you have to shoot. If the panel disappears, then you do not shoot that one. If you shoot it, you will die. So that's how scanner works throughout the whole dungeon. If you shoot or kill the wrong thing, it's pretty much a wipe. So anyways, here I went and looked at what I have to shoot, and now I know my panels. I might have missed one, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, basically you need to find the operator now. So there's 4 panels you have to shoot, and again, that's pretty consistent throughout the entire dungeon. So I'm going to speed up a lot of this stuff, but again, I'm going to be giving commentary on like, just basically what's going on. So anyways, now that I have operator, we're going to go around, and now you can see we don't see the panels because we don't have the scanner. So you're just going to have to memorize which panels that it is you have to shoot. This will get easier as time goes on and we become more familiar with the dungeon. So part of the reason I'm even making this commentary video is A, to help you solo it and potentially solo flawless it, but then B, also to get myself to look back at everything, because I've just been grinding away, testing all kinds of damage strategies and whatever else. And yeah, basically, I kind of need a refresher myself. So like I said, there, because I hadn't ran this, so this was right after contest, basically, I jumped back in. So I hadn't really done this part solo. So all this is me learning. So it might not be the quickest or most efficient routes and strategies and whatever. But yeah, basically what you have to know is you run around, you scan the things, and then with operator, you shoot the panels, and then now we're advancing to the next part. So there's actually some tough traversal. This is by far the toughest solo dungeon in the game. I'm going to make a video with all my thoughts on why. I'm going to script it out so that I can really like put into words why it's more difficult than any other. It's not just boss health pools. There's a ton of reasons why, from mechanics to, yeah, just many, many things. So here, you actually have to go down. It's funny, I found this in our contest dungeon, but by the time we finished it, my brain was so fried, I was like, where do I go? So right here, I just ran by it. So you jump down, right there, there's a little break in the wall, so that's where we're going to go out. So the rest of this was just me running around and looking for where to go, killing more ads. So I'm just going to speed all this up. And then I tabbed out to my contest mode clear to look up where to go. And then, so here you see this break in the wall. So that is the indicator of where to jump down. So then once you're down there, careful, there's trip mines. So I had double special on, so you're going to want something that can shoot them. Rocket sidearms aren't good because they're projectiles. But yeah, just watch out for trip mines, obviously, on a solo flawless. So we're just going to speed all this up because it's literally just me shooting mines. And then on one of these drop downs, I get lucky to not die. But yeah, so we shoot the mines, getting shot at. I tab over again, get my Zali's Bane. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to speed up the stuff that's not really relevant to helping you clear it. But at the same time, I do want to show all the pathing, again, as a reference for me, but also for you. So there, where I fell down, you're going to want to shoot those trip mines, obviously. I got lucky not to die. The good thing is this is so early in a run, resetting here wouldn't be a big deal, but there's the mine that you want to shoot. GLs, like you can see, I have Parasite on. Parasite is actually great for taking out all these mines. So I could just shoot some Parasites down, any explosive really, to blow up the trip mines. So here, I think I'm just going to avoid this one. Actually, no, I just run right through it, but we survive. So on contest mode, that would have killed me, but off contest, it does not. So now we're getting into the first encounter. So I am using my Insurmountable Skull Fort build. It's really cool because I've made 2 videos saying what the best solo flawless dungeon build is. After Prismatic came out, I said this was it. And then before Prismatic came out, I said that my unkillable Solar Titan build was the best. And I actually use the Solar Titan on the final boss because restoration is so crucial, and it procs Radiant easier than Prismatic Titan does. So anyways, I guess on the next one, I'll talk about kind of the mechanics here, but you have to take out the Brig, and then that will spawn in a catch which drops the viral scanner. So when you kill him, you pick up the scanner buff. You have to kill all these enemies to get the next gate to open. I have Diamond Lances on, and I will talk at one point about why you don't want Diamond Lances. It's in the next encounter. But yeah, so here, Parasite is so good, and then I have Solar Holster, so it will automatically reload my Parasite. And then I have Reconstruction Vorpal on the sniper rifle. So you can see when I pulled Parasite back out there, it was reloaded. So Reconstruction Vorpal is great against the Brig when his face comes off, and then Parasite is great for doing enough damage to take its face shield off. So here, the other nice thing with Parasite, like there's so many enemies here, so you often have a ×20 worm. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn myself down because I am talking quite a bit to the chat in this run. I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, Parasite has amazing ammo economy, especially for encounters like this, because there's so many ads, like all these shanks and whatever. So we're taking out all the shanks. And then I totally forgot what the actual mechanic is here. So I dunked the scanner, but I forgot that I have to go pick up Operator. So finally, I pick Scanner back up. And then when you pick it up, you only have 1 minute to use it. So look, our timer, 59 seconds. Then we go up to the wall. And on the mini map over here, when they go white, again, those are the panels that you want to be shooting. But as a solo, so like in a team, you can just call out, yeah, shoot that one, yeah, shoot that one. But as a solo, you're going to have to memorize these things. Then we jump up here, scan that one. You might be able to fall to your death there, I'm not sure, but just be wary. So again, there's only ever 4. So once you have those 4 white ones, you can just advance. So that's why I don't scan that 5th one. And now this Operator is way back here. So I go, I pick up the Operator buff. And again, look, we have 50 seconds. I'm going to shoot that. And then that actually gives us time back. So that's another important mechanic to remember in this dungeon. It gives you 5 seconds back every time you shoot a panel. So here, we freeze them both. Parasite, boom, easy. And then you have to pick up that core. There's a 1 minute timer on the core as well. So you do have to be somewhat quick here. And then Amplified. So this is another reason I love this build so much. Because obviously on contest we don't have... Sorry, on contest we do have a timer. On this we don't have a timer, but it's still good to go fast because of your radiation and stuff. And then, so this is the route that I take. And then when these guys come up to me, I can just do a quick thunderclap. I get my whole melee back thanks to Skull Fort. So yeah, this build is just great in the first half of this dungeon. Can't recommend it enough. And like I said, on the final boss, I'll talk about why Solar is better, in my opinion. For the strats that I use anyways. So there, again, you can see Parasite just doing absolute work, but I want to show something that's crucial here. I have Facet of Dawn on, so I get this melee hit, so that's giving me Radiant. So that's just going to do even more damage, and then we're able to just clean him up in one sniper shot. So again, this build is just absolutely awesome for this encounter. You don't have to waste any ammo on killing enemies, really. You just rely on your abilities.
See, like right here, I'm like, where do I go again? I think it's...
So yeah, I was just saying how I never really attempt to solo flawless. So back with Spire the Watcher, I did solo flawless the day it came out, and I didn't do any practicing. I didn't practice any strats. I just wanted to solo flawless it to get a YouTube video out. So it was a 2-hour clear with really safe and boring strategies. And that was on Spire the Watcher, one I can do in like 40 minutes now. But yeah, so it was just very boring. So now I try to find a mix between optimal and safe strategies and kind of what's the best blend of those, and then do my solo flawless. So yeah, I'm gonna refine my strats again even after this. Like after making this video, I'll probably go back in on Titan. I'm gonna go back in on the other characters, test strategies for them, and just kind of use what I think will give me the best chance, even though I already kind of know it's going to be Titan, just because Titans are so freaking strong in solo dungeons. So here, again, I didn't do the mechanics in the contest mode. I was out here killing the Shanks. So right to my right, I ran right by the operator buff. So again, this was my first clear, or my first attempt after flawless, and then my chat was like, yo, the scanner's in the terminal, or the operator. So I was like, oh my god, just really stupid.
Oh my god, yeah. Where is the scanner? Another terminal around here.
So then here was the other terminal. I guess I should show you where that terminal is. But yeah, so now I'll know that in the future. And again, this is kind of why I'm making this video, just to help me on my solo flawless attempts. Just kind of remember, you learn more from mistakes than you learn from like doing it. And trust me, I made so many mistakes in Final Boss Room. I feel like I'm an expert on the mechanics of that room and how to optimize it. I was getting to damage phase in 5.5 minutes solo. As you'll see, you can even see in my clear, I just get better and faster at it as time goes on, because again, I was adjusting my strategies and seeing what worked the best. So now I know which panels I have to shoot, and again, you have to memorize those because you're going to have to get rid of your scanner buff so that you can pick up operator. You can't have 2 buffs at once. That's another really important thing to remember. Sometimes you'll go to pick up the buff and you can't because you're holding a different buff. So anyways, I memorized them. Then make sure you put your thing back, because again, whoops, that skipped way too far. But look, I only have 59 seconds on operator. If I didn't dunk that, that 59 seconds is going to be counting down, and if that hits 0, you're dead. So you have to remember to bank the augment, whatever augment you have, before you like advance. So just like in the other ones, there's these big yellow bars, and then there's these guys. So I didn't even see that yellow bar at first. Otherwise, I just would have chucked out a Parasite and probably killed those other Duskfield Shanks, because Parasite does massive explosion damage, like in a massive radius when it's at ×20. So here, again, I see another one. Obviously, we weren't near ×20 there because we had just used it and only killed one Duskfield Shank, and it still almost took him out. And again, Solar Holster on the boots is just excellent for this. So here, I'm like, oh, I guess I got a super. I might as well use it. And then again, Vorpal Weapon, it does bonus damage to like vehicles and stuff as well, which is what Brigs are coded as. So it's just really good for taking them out super quickly. Plus, it was weakened from my Twilight Arsenal. The other thing is you can see I'm getting Void Overshield every time I pick up an orb, so that's helping with survivability. It might be called, I can't remember, Facet of something. But basically, when you pick up an orb, it gives you the verb that matches that the subclass of your super. So if I had a Solar Super on, it would be giving me Resto, but now it's giving me Void Overshield because I have a Void Super. So it's very, very good for survivability and just damage resist and protecting you. So again, I'm pretty slow here, but this was literally, I did one attempt before this, and then this was my second attempt. I can't remember what killed me on that first attempt, but yeah. this loadout really good just for clearing everything super quickly. Again, it's not the best, but it's, in my opinion, like one of the safest options that we can use. So again, I didn't even know like where the panels are in this room or nothing. So I just kind of am running around. Again, the mini map is showing it, but that does make it a little harder to remember which panels to hit because you don't really know where the panels are yourself. So that one disappeared. This one stays. I think this one disappears. Yeah. So don't shoot that one. But then the ones that stay white, those are the ones that you shoot. And we have to jump up here. Again, because 2 had went away and I had 3 already, I knew that one was going to go white, but I just wanted to make sure, just because I wasn't sure if that's like all the panels in the room and whatever else. So here, I'm just like double checking to myself, like, okay, which are the panels? Because I was pretty unfamiliar with this room. I wasn't really doing the sorry. I wasn't really doing the mechanics. I was doing like ad clear, while Sutek and Kier were doing the mechanics in our day 1 dungeon. Because I had the Bleak Watcher turrets on, so it was really good just for locking everything down. So yeah, I had pulled scanner, and that's something you can do. Because if you shoot the wrong panel, you're going to wipe. So if you're questioning it, just go pick up the scanner buff and double check, which is what I did there. Yes, it'll take longer, but unless you're doing solo flawless speed runs, that doesn't really matter. If you're just trying to get the emblem, you take your time and you be safe and just make sure you know exactly what things you want to be shooting. So here I have amplified up, and again there's more of these enemies. So again, I didn't really know there was a yellow bar there, or I would have just chucked a parasite. So in the future, I'm just going to chuck a parasite. But then when they're all down, you can just run by that other guy, which is what I do. And then here, I want to build up some, or I should have built up some Worm's Hunger for this big brig. So this big brig is really tanky. You can see he was weakened, and we get that parasite on him, and it still didn't kill him, and we had Radiant. But yeah, it did a huge chunk. And then, yeah, once you dunk your last core, I just want to pause something real quick. So look, I only have 20 seconds on that core, so every time you drop it, look how it's counting down. When you pick it back up, it's not like it refreshes to a minute. You can only sit that thing down on the ground for a minute. I'm not sure what happens after that, if you just have to run back and pick a new one up, or if you just wipe. But there are cores throughout the thing. My advice would be just don't let it despawn. Probably a bad idea. So anyways, that was the first encounter. Like I said, it wasn't the smoothest because I really didn't have like any practice with it. Not solo anyways. So we're just going to speed stuff up. I should have probably cut this. And then, yeah, I go the complete wrong way here. So yeah, I should have cut this out the video.
For a G, might be just fuck. Attempt solo flawless right away. I need to know where the fuck I'm going.
Yeah, and then I'm just talking about that. So where you go is to the, so there was a chest. Now we're going to the top right here. So this is the way out. So I'm just going to speed all this up. Again, I probably should have just cut this out the video, but...
Exactly, Sutek. I'm the exact same way. Solo, because then yeah, you learn every mechanic and like every spawn.
So now we're just running along. And I think maybe we have to kill those dregs. I'm not sure, because there's a bunch of enemies you have to kill right here. And then I think that opens the door for you to advance. Again, the reason I'm making this is so that I can remember what to do when I'm doing my actual attempts. But yeah, here you can just see the build in action. It's just demolishing everything. Oh yeah, so here I mess up. I go back because I'm like, oh, do I have to kill those dregs? But no, what you have to do is just power off that console. Which again, I forgot about, but now that you're seeing me make these mistakes, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's all you have to do. Or maybe you already knew that. So anyways, then we come over here, we power on. So when something's powered up, we need power reserve. Sorry, I'm gonna turn myself down again. So we only have one power reserve, so we have to close this door, and now we get a power reserve back. And then that's going to allow us to power open this door. So that said number 1 by it. So the first core we find, we're going to have to dunk in there. So again, this is also going to help me learn when I go to do my attempts.
Oh my gosh, that's just crazy.
So I close that door so I can get a power reserve because I wasn't sure where to go. And then boom, there's a captain. So now I got to run it back to where the number 1 was. And again, amplified helps with that big time. So I shouldn't have closed that door, but we just open it up. We dunk the thing. So there is your first dunk done. And you have the radiation debuff as well. So watch out for that. So I should have just tried to melee him, but I'm always worried with captains because they blink and stuff. I was worried he was going to steal my melee, which like really makes this build run, obviously, because it's all just based around using my thunderclap. So here I just go a different way. And then we find this, so we're able to switch that off. So now we have 2 power reserves because we were able to close one of those little shield doors. Now here is a tanky guy. Obviously my parasite didn't hit directly, but still didn't even kill him. So this guy's really tanky. I missed some shots here. And then we catch up with that captain. This is another thing, that integration. If that hits 0, you're also dead. It kind of holds at 0 for like half a second, but yeah, you're pretty much dead. So here is deposit number 2 in that room where I closed the 2 doors. Or where I like open one, close one, then open the next. So now I should power off that door, but I didn't. But in the future, hopefully I remember to. Then we dunk it in number 3, and then I think we go through that door where we just dunked. Again, I'm not totally familiar with the pathing. It's one reason I'm making this video. So yeah, I'm pissing myself off not closing that door. Now we find another thing to power off. So now we have more power reserves, which is just helpful. Now we're going through here, closing the door behind us. So basically all that was just to get a extra power reserve. And again, I should have closed that door that I just ran past. But then we kill this captain, and then we run through here. And then I don't know if you can open that big giant window, but yeah, I haven't figured out how to if you can. Now we're taking all of them out.
What happens when you power this one?
There, I actually powered that on, which you don't want to do. Ideally, you want as many power reserves as you can have. And then we're going to open this. This is so much easier off contest mode. And then there's number 4. And then here's one more captain. And I think we can just go out this door. And I think we might just have to cross the hallway. So to the left there is a door. And I think I can go through there. And again, I was doing a really bad job of closing the doors behind me. But now that I kind of know where to go, I will do better in the future. Because I was also sort of wanting to keep doors open in case I went the wrong way. So then I shouldn't have come out here. You want to loop back this way. So I close that door so that I can get a power reserve. But again, if I was closing those other ones that were further back, I wouldn't have to be dealing with it now. Either way, it's fine. I'm still just looking for the thing to dunk. So you basically have to go around that break there. Like that broken wall thing. And then yeah, here you want to just kind of sprint past them. And then here I messed up because I have no power reserves. So that's what I was talking about. You want to be holding as many as you can so that you don't mess up. So just something to remember. Again, learn from my mistakes. Always close the doors behind you. That way you're going to have lots of power reserves. And then here's the 5th dunk, which is the last one. And then you have to run by this boss, and there's a hole in the floor. So again, I actually found that on contest, and then I totally forgot about it when I was in there. But then I remember, and we jump down, and now we just have a little traversal onto the servitor boss, which was that guy in the hallway. Now we actually get to fight him for real. So again, this is the pathing. We're going to jump up. come out here,
Heading to second encounter.
I think. Yeah. So that door opens. And then we drop down into the boss room, I believe. Nope, maybe not. So yeah, you have to be wary of the jumping puzzles on your solo flawless as well. So here is the boss room. So again, I wasn't shooting the panels, so I wasn't totally familiar with where they were and everything. So here I've got Lost Signal on. We have Overload Grenade Launcher, and we have the Weakening Concussive Reload, I think it's called. So that's a 15% weaken from any GL. So I use Lost Signal to weaken enemies, and then I use Parasite, and then it's getting a 15% damage bonus because of the weaken. That being said, I know people, Snazzy Rock actually soloed this encounter on contest, and other people are absolutely crushing this boss with the Glacial Quake Titan Super, with Star Eaters on the class item. So I'm not sure if I will use that in my actual run. Probably not. I'll probably just do this strat because, again, it's really safe, really effective, really easy. But I may just use Tractor Cannon instead of Parasite, just so that I can get into my Glacial Quake super quicker. You'll see what I mean when I do my damage rotation. But that would be the change I'd make, is probably just throw on Tractor. I might even still use Parasite for the lead up to the boss, and then just swap to a damage loadout. I'm not sure yet. Because I was swapping and I had like Solar Surge on my boots when I do my swap and stuff. And again, I mentioned that you don't necessarily want Diamond Lance. I'll show why that is when right before damage. But basically, you accidentally pick up the Diamond Lance instead of the Suppressor Augment, which is not great. And then I really like using Transcendence when I come to this room, because yeah, you can just kind of lock everything down. So Consecration would be wonderful here. That's what Snazzy used to solo on contest mode, because you can just do a big Consecration and it's going to take out a whole bunch of those shanks. So since I don't need Lost Signal, what I may do is run the Call. Still stick with a hand cannon so I can shoot certain things that I need to shoot or whatever. So there. I had to pick up my Diamond Lance. That is annoying. And then here's where I like to go. I just kind of zip around there. But it is a little dangerous. And then Lost Signal is really good for just taking out the, what do you call it? The clone that you make. And then again, if you didn't know, what you do is you look at the glowing guy. So number 4 is one of the panels you have to shoot. And number 1. So you have to do this 2 times, and again, you have to shoot 4 panels. That's a common theme throughout this. You're always shooting 4 panels. So then we come back, and I'm not sure how to make that big guy spawn, I think. Alright, so while I was recording my commentary, some of the footage got corrupted, and anyways, we lost a little bit, but I'm gonna try to pick up where I left off. Basically, I was just saying, I'm not sure exactly how to spawn in the big guy that you have to kill to get transported to the other room. I think you just have to slay out on ads enough, and eventually he spawns in. So there he is. We weaken him. We cast our Parasite, which pretty much kills him. And then we're getting ready to go back for the second part. This time, I do not have Transcendence, so we pop a Parasite shot and some Lost Signal, area denial for MGL, which is really good for slowing these guys down. It doesn't really like slow them, but just as in like killing them. And then again, we're just going to take out all the enemies. And don't get tethered to the boss too long or you will die. You only have like 4 seconds. Once they're all dead, it's going to spawn in that shank that holds the suppressor buff. We're going to run up, grab it. And yeah, basically here, you just have to do what works for you. So I wait till the bombs go away. Now he's doing integration. I try to put it right on the corner here. And then we back up because he does a lot of damage when you're close to him. Break the clone. And now we're going to look at the servitors once again. So we got 5. And again, you can stand wherever and 8. I know some people stay up like right there to look. Oh, sorry, it looks like it's 2 and 8. So now when we come down, we are going to get the operator buff and start shooting the panels. So here is one of like a really good tip, and this goes for the final boss as well, is you always want to leave the final panel, sorry, the last panel you have to shoot, you want it to be the one that's closest to where you dunk the augment. So like where I just picked it up, like 3 is nice and close. So if I had 3, so 1 is one of our numbers. So I'm going to want to shoot 1 last. And again, I take a long time here just because I was trying to learn where all the screens were. But in the future, if I see that 1 is close, I'm just going to shoot all the other ones. Then I know I'm finishing with 1 or whatever 1 is nearest. But again, these are just the optimization things that you'll get better at as time goes on. So I take quite a while. Look at my timer. I only have 8 seconds. So I just dunk it, and then I'm able to refresh the timer completely. So that's something you can do. If you're taking too long or whatever, simply dunk, you won't wipe, and then you can pick it up again. So there are some unforgiving mechanics, but there's also ways to like mitigate it or work around it. So this is one of the workarounds. Again, you just dunk it. So I'm taking a ton of time here that I don't really need to be. The ads just keep on respawning. So now I finally start shooting them. I shot 2 and 8. Now I'm swapping to my DPS loadout because like I said, I had surges on. So now you can see my armor charge, which was stored. Now it's being used up. That big guy spawned in, so I need to shoot these quickly. I shoot 4 and 1. And now boom, I'm dunking. So here is why I say you don't want Diamond Lance. Actually, it didn't pick up the Diamond Lance, which was good. And then for some reason I picked it up. I don't know why. I guess I was expecting it to pick up Diamond Lance. So now I get the Lost Signal on. That's doing the weaken. Then I pop my Parasite. And then I go in with the Glacial Quake Super. But like I said, when I do my solo flawless, I'm probably just going to run a Tractor Cannon. Because look at that damage. Actually, did I? Let me see. Do I get my whole super off here in this damage phase? We have one more slam coming. Wow. I might have just. So that's pretty good damage. But Tractor Cannon is going to go from a 15% debuff to a 30% debuff. So yeah, that might just be the way to go. So now I'm swapping back to my running loadout, which has like scavengers and whatever else. And then we're just going to slay out. So yeah, like I was saying, I think you just have to kill enough enemies to get the big guy to spawn. So again, this build is really good for taking enemies out very, very quickly. And I just can't recommend it enough. But like I said, I will speed these parts up because it's literally just me thunderclapping everything. Now the Machine Priest comes in. I get the weaken on him. Gonna proc Radiant. Now we're gonna shoot a Parasite on him. And that takes him out. So yeah, Parasite, very, very good. You can see we got like 4 heavy bricks on the ground. We pop our Transcendence. Chuck everything out. So yeah, you do have to be really quick on those ads, and you want to take out those Exploder Shanks before they get up on you. The other ads, the other Shanks, sorry, just sit back and shoot at you, but those Exploder Shanks will get up on you. You can jump away from them, kind of like bait them like you might do with a Cursed Thrall or any other Exploder unit, but it can be risky. So then there, I pop it over, barely took any damage because my timing was good. So 3. And then to my left, 2. So 3 and 2. Now it's just rinse and repeat. And then this guy was asking me how many damage phases on contest. We had heard 4 as well, but it is only 3. So it's a pretty tight damage check, honestly. So yeah, Diamond Lances are really nice here. Like in this part, because you're able to freeze stuff, and that gives you big time transcendence energy because it's counting as like shatter kills a lot of the time. So it can build your darkness meter up really quickly, which is nice. But like I said, it is annoying when it spawns on that shank. And then yeah, Parasite is just so nice for taking that guy out. So yeah, we can get to this part really quickly, which is nice. Now these guys creeping in quickly. Check the eyes, so we got 5. And apparently this has something to do with binary. I can't quite remember, but yeah. If you know, leave it down in the comments. But the eyes do have some type of meaning. So now we come back down, start slaying all the enemies. Now I'm scoping out the TVs, but again, what I would do in the future is just find the TV that is closest. So if I see one that's close, say I had 7 there, then I would just shoot 7 last. So I shoot a couple. Hide behind cover to swap to my damage loadout. I still have 20 seconds on operator, so I should be good. And we're gonna shoot it. Maybe not. Then we deposit right away. Then we're gonna kill this shank. Unfortunately, we pick up the diamond lance, so then I have to run away. Shoot our parasite. And the parasite also does self-damage to me, which could have been dangerous. So again, just another good reason to run tractor cannon instead. And then yeah, you want to stand kind of back from the servitors. So there, you can see my last one. I don't get any of those shatters because I was a little slow with that diamond lance spawning. Wait for it. Right there. So I missed out on a huge chunk of damage there. So yeah, I think the tractor method would just flat out be better. Then we swap back to our running loadout. The ads are going to spawn. And it's rinse and repeat. So yeah, I don't have much else to add. I think I've kind of said my piece. You pretty much know how the rotation works now after 2. Pick that up, drop it, shoot it, back up. So I'm just going to skip all this stuff and just let you see damage. So again, you know how I'm setting everything up. I shoot the 3 that are furthest from the terminal, swap to damage. So again, a little slow there. So I'm losing some time on DPS. And yeah, ideally you want to be more centered. Yeah, like that. So that all the crystals can make it through and they're not hitting those panels or anything. And again, I miss a whole Glacial Quake slam. So yeah, watching it back, I definitely think Tractor is the way to go. So like I said, I will just speed all this up and get to the damage part. Wait, I do want to watch that because it looks like I just take him out with the hand cannon so that I don't have to worry about the diamond lance, and it's just a 2-shot with the hand cannon, so that's not bad. Kill the thing. So yeah, I think I'll probably use Tractor and one of those rocket sidearms. So there, Parasite literally almost killed me. I was 1 HP, And I got very lucky that those servitors didn't hit me. Obviously, this wasn't a flawless run, but just another reason why the tractor method is superior, because you don't really have to worry about that killing you. And then at this part, you just have to take out the remaining servitors. Which we do, and then we get our loot. Oh yeah, and then to get out of here, you go up. So I kind of had to splice it together. But yeah, we jump up, go over, and then there's this drop down. So I actually died on this part of the jumping puzzle a few times. So that's why I kind of hopped back there. So this is the part where I cleared it. But again, Parasite is exceptionally good. You don't need an Eager Edge sword here. I get through it without Eager Edge, but a sword, or especially an Eager Edge sword, could be helpful. But even just Ass Sword will give you a little bit of movement boost to help you. So we take these enemies out. And yeah, that Lost Signal Parasite rotation is just awesome. Deletes the brig. Then we're running over here. Now you have to watch out for these things. These are like the big AoE explosions in the boss room. They're very dangerous. There's a few dangerous parts on this jumping puzzle, honestly. This dungeon gets really hard after that servitor boss. Up to like this jumping puzzle, I don't think it's too bad. But this jumping puzzle is one of the toughest we've ever had, I think. Part of it was probably because I didn't know where to go. Again, another reason I wanted to watch a full clear like in its entirety. And then those marauders almost killed me there. They hit really hard. So just be wary of them. Maybe sit back and try to snipe a couple or something. And then this part, there's a lot of enemies and a big tanky guy. Actually, not this part. This is the servitor guy. He's not too bad. Unfortunately, he blinked through my freaking grenade, which is so annoying when enemies do that. Overload Minotaurs as well. Blinking ads is one of my least favorite things in this game because it just fucks with you. So we go to the right, not where I was trying to go. So here's what I was saying. Parasite's really good for taking out mines. We have lots of Parasite ammo. Well, actually not a lot because I had died here so much. But normally we would have a decent amount of Parasite ammo, I think. Even though I would run Tractor Cannon, but then after that boss, I'd probably swap to Parasite or a sword. Not sure yet. Like I said, I did do the jumping puzzle without a sword, so I do know it's possible. So we're going to weaken him, throw a jolt grenade on him, and then again, you want to stand back so that the majority of your crystals are hitting this guy, and our whole super can take him out. This super is absolutely fantastic in this dungeon. I just love it so much. So here's where the jumping puzzle gets tricky. You got these things and they do damage to you, so you really have to be careful, and they're quite plentiful. Like there, I almost die. So yeah, you're just gonna have to kind of figure out what works. I still don't know the optimal way to approach this, but I do get through it here. So then we jump over here, land on that little thing. So that's where a sword can be nice. An Eager Edge can kind of mess you up sometimes, but a sword can be nice there, as you can just use it to like get a little bit of extra distance. So right here is where Eager would be great. Or actually not right here. So I thought about making that long jump, but then I looked across and there's that staircase. So I'm going to jump to the staircase. And then you could probably make it to here, but I wasn't about to risk it. And I wanted to show that you can land on there. But with Eager, you could definitely make it to here. So I might throw on an Eager just for that. But yeah, that would suck to miss. You could also swap to Strand and use grapple grenades as a backup, which is something I also might do on a solo flawless, because you're looking at being about an hour into this point on your way to the final boss, and the final boss fight's really long. So it would really suck to die on the jumping puzzle. But once you get through all that, so here's another thing that I should show. After you finish a boss phase, you can drop down this hatch. Actually, you have to drop down this hatch here. This is also how you start the boss fight on a solo flawless. So I run up and kind of trigger the animation or whatever, but I don't jump down that hatch and I wind up just wiping, but I can't show it properly because it took me to the rally flag after this. But yeah, behind me, that hatch is open. You just have to trust me. I've seen it from other people. So now we're in the boss room, which is where that hatch would have dropped me to. So we're using Grand Overture, and I farm all my shots. And actually, stupidly. So, anyways, what I'm doing here is farming up my missiles so that I can have a volley of 20 missiles to shoot at the boss. You want to do this at the very start, ideally right when you get here before you rally a flag, but again, if you were using a sword, maybe you swap, maybe you just have a little bit of ammo, still rally the flag and shoot these so that you have your 20 missiles ready to go. It's crucial for boss phase. And then the reason you want to do it early into the run, like kind of before you get going, is so that if you do get heavy bricks to drop, you can pick up those bricks and go into boss damage with a full set of heavy ammo, plus 20 missiles loaded. So you can see here, I run up, I reload the weapon, and then I don't get the volley ready, but I will. So this is the strat that worked the best for me. I spent probably a dozen hours in here, maybe not quite that many, but I tested a lot of different strategies. A shotgun is great for the running section. And then I have the, what the hell is it called? That sidearm from Saint 14, the strand one. I have Pugilist on mine, and that's to help me get my hammer back if I ever lose it. So I optimized this part of the run very well. This guy can spawn left or right, the suppressor. So you pick up the suppressor, and I actually do this better later in the run because I was just getting used to it and I was testing other things. So anyways, if you go to the middle, you can get both the puppets to come to you, and then you can kill them with one thing. So here, I'm slamming the suppressor buff. You don't actually have to do that. Once you kill that yellow guy, the scanner, that's going to spawn in. Watch, see, the corrupted puppeteer forms new puppets. I can actually hold on to that blue buff and use it on this next set, and then that's going to spawn in the red, the operator buff, whatever, augment is the word I'm looking for, and then you don't have to worry about those guys anymore. So me slamming and then doing scanning is dumb, and it's potentially more dangerous because now these guys can push me and they're going to be giving me radiation, and I have no way to deal with them. And you'll see me do that in later parts of the run. So there, I run around. It's this one. It's the last one I scanned. So now that I have that, so again, this is an optimization, which I'll get to later. Like where I'll show you what I'm talking about in practice. But yeah, just trust me. Don't put down that blue one until you take out both sets of puppeteers. So then I slam the yellow buff. Now I'm picking up the blue one. This guy spawns right on top of me, so I'm just going to kill him right away. Bonk Hammer pretty much one-shots them. Not quite. It might leave them like one-shot sometimes, but it takes them out super easily. We have constant restoration going. So yeah, I did use the Insurmountable Skull Fort punch build that you've seen up to this point, and I honestly like Solar Titan more. It's better in the boss room. It's better for clearing the ads and all that. And I guess I should also show, because I didn't. So these panels all have a number. So you don't look at the panels that you shoot. They have these other like blue colored panels like this. So that's the number. So when I had the scanner, this was the pillar. So I have to shoot all the number 4 panels. And 4 is actually the easiest one because there's one here, and then there's 2 on this wall. That's the one I know the best. So I love when I get number 4 because it's just really quick and easy for me. Shoot that, shoot that, shoot that. Breach Light is the name of the sidearm. I just thought of it. Shoot that, and then there's one above me or beside me. Shoot it. All right, so I rewound just slightly because my cat was meowing, and I had to see what the heck she was doing because normally she never really meows. So anyways, all is well. So here, crap. Right here, these blinking lights, this is the side you need to go down. That's the side that the boss is going to be in. And yeah, that's where we have to go. So always look for those red flashing lights. Also, do not go down with the operator, because if you don't put it in the terminal, it's not going to be in the terminal with the room with the boss. You'll see what I mean. So we dunk it. Also, you have that timer going, which can wipe you, so you don't want it for that reason either. So look, we also have resto going. This is why solar is so important, is this next room. Unfortunately, my Titan builds have very low recovery, and you really want recovery in the boss fight room and these rooms, because you're just getting peppered by arc damage constantly. So we're going to take out these marauders, and now we have 15 seconds going into this room, which is really, really good. So we're going to pick up the operator augment. And this is what I was talking about by you always want to shoot the panel closest to where you have to put the thing in. So I need to put it back in that terminal before I can grab scanner. So we're going to shoot that one. And then there's one in this box. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I've done this so much. Like I know it by heart now. So then we're going to shoot this one and then this one. And then we're going to quickly dunk it here. And then we're going to go pick up scanner. Timing really matters in this part, which I'll show you. And then you can duck. So I'm ducking here. So the boss is over here shooting its Queen's Breaker. And it's very accurate. So see, it's lining up on me and I'm sliding over here. Always use these as cover because you do not want to take damage before you're grabbing scanner. So see, I have full health. I'm dunking the thing. This room sucks. The other room is much easier, but this room is a bitch. So now we're running. We grab scan. We come out. And then this was really stupid because I already have radiation. So I really want to talk about this because this is so crucial. If you can dunk scanner safely, then do it. If you can't, you can actually just pick up the core and go in here and it's going to despawn your scanner fragment or augment. And then you're just going to have to go back to the middle room and pick it up, which I do later in the run. This was at the very start of the run, so I was just like, fuck it. I'll just play aggressive. And I get lucky sort of here. I'm lucky in the sense that the first guy I scan goes white, so I know I have to kill this guy, but I'm unlucky because this radiation puppeteer is right on top of me. And here is why I love this shotgun. It's auto-loading, it's a lightweight frame, and it's auto-loading and Vorpal. So I can do one melee, which gives me radiant, and then I shoot him, and he's dead. Getting those guys down quickly is crucial. So now this guy's right on top of me, and I'm already at radiation 7, and I haven't timed it, but I'm pretty sure your radiation builds quicker the higher the stacks you have. So me getting away is like super lucky here. And this is from Gambit. This has the gun and run origin trait, so I actually do move a little quicker. So I get lucky. So then there I have my healing grenade, which is another reason I like the Solar Titan. I run back, I pick up the core, and I just get in time. And then I actually drop the core because you can't lose your radiation stacks if you're holding the core. You don't gain them. Only these guys give you radiation stacks. But if you're holding it, you also can't lose it. So I shed a little bit, and then we dunk it. And then I style on them. Watch this. I don't know. I just think that's sick. Right as I slam it, it does this big nuclear radiation thing. So now I ready my volley, just so I'm ready. But I still have one more section to do. See, the shield is only half down. So now we run this. You don't actually even have to... see, like my head just barely misses that, but it does miss it. You'll get used to how to miss these mines. You could also like jump over here more slowly and then run under it. But I just do that. Duck that, jump that, just miss that. And there you go. You don't even have to waste time shooting. As you optimize these things, that's all going to help get to damage phase and get you practice quicker. I highly recommend practicing this dungeon before you just go right into solo flawless attempts, because this was a strat that works for me, but it's not going to work for everybody. So now I was saying how I dunked that scanner augment. If I hadn't, I would have lost it. And then if I just go up into that room, there's going to be one of those vandals holding that scanner augment. So I would go grab it. But because I did that, I can just go straight to the next room. Again, it almost killed me, so I would have been way better off taking the 10 or 15 seconds to run up there, throw a bonk hammer, come back, deposit it into the terminal, and then just continue on with my day. But I played it risky just because it was literally at the very start of the run. But I don't recommend doing that. So here's the one panel. I always try to shoot this one first because you usually take damage there. You can see I took some damage, and then I fall back. So then I'm going to shoot the left side ones first because my operator thing is over here. So there's the last panel, and then here's the terminal I have to go to. So we shoot. We dunk our terminal, and now we run back over. We grab scanner. We pull out our shotgun that helps us move quicker just because of the frame it is. We check those guys. We get unlucky. Check him. That's the one. Bonk for a radiant. One shotgun shot. You could also use a trench barrel shotgun, especially if you're running this same loadout. But yeah, it just takes them down so quickly. Boom. Oh, this part's actually important. So now, my DPS loadout is a sniper rifle. Again, I tried so many different things. So we go sniper, and then we go with our lost signal for the debuff that it can apply and the damage over time. But it's more for that debuff. The reason we're not switching to our DPS loadout is because I still need to be holding these armor charges. So I have 3 arc weapon surges for Grand Overture and 2 time dilations. So I'm getting almost a minute on my arc weapon surge. But again, I'm just swapping to the weapons that are in my DPS loadout right there, so that I can kill some enemies on the way and pick up special so that I actually have lost signal ammo when I do go to swap to my DPS loadout. Again, all these optimizations matter. I think I like 6 or 7 phased this boss while doing these optimizations. So if you're just hoping to go in here without loadout swaps, like it's going to be a 5-hour solo clear for you. Like you're not going to have fun. And to be honest, you'll probably just die from attrition, like literally, because you'll just get so bored. You'll miss something. Like you have to be on point. This was an hour-long run. And yeah, you have to be locked in pretty much the whole time. So again, here, I pick up some ammo. And again, I'm just farming these ads, hoping to get special drops. So got a couple. And we get one there. So 16 is fine, but I still scavenge this room just to see. Don't really see anything super close. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to use 16 of that. Again, I was saying I've got 3 arc surges, 2 time dilations. Because I have recovery, I could probably like switch something around and maybe get a minor discipline there, so I'd have 3 time dilations, but it really doesn't matter. You'll see. So now when we go up, this is super important. We have our volley ready. So we shoot our lost signal. That's applying the debuff. Hit him with the hammer. That's giving us radiant for extra damage. We get our whole volley off. And then just run. Seriously, just try to find cover. I was pretty sloppy here. And then I missed my shots, unfortunately. But yeah, the big thing is taking out these puppeteers. That is what I learned. I tried so many different methods. And I just kept dying because I was more focused about killing the boss. But on a solo flawless, you need to just take what the game gives you. And in this, it gives you a whole bunch of bullshit to deal with. So you have to deal with that bullshit first. So he's still debuffed. I've got Roaring Flames on, so I was able to proc like at least ×2 because I killed those 2 puppeteers that pushed me. So the Throwing Hammer Super is great. We're standing here. We're getting, look, I've got 15 seconds of restoration. I've got Ember of Solace on, plus Empyrean, and then Sol Invictus is what's giving me, like our sunspots are giving me the resto, and then we're extending it with Empyrean, and we can extend it up to 15 seconds thanks to Solace. So right there, we took out most of the ads with our super. We were barely doing boss damage, but that's pretty much, I think, what you should use your super for, because you'll just be scrambling the entire time if enemies are shooting you. Grand Overture sucks to use, like it's an annoying weapon to shoot, but it's too good. Like you could see, look how quickly I like take these guys out. You need something that can take them out quickly. So then we have this mine to deal with. So I just try to get a little extra damage in on them. So look, I still have 54 Grand Overture shots. So now he communes with the anomaly. So this was pretty scrambly, this one, in all honesty. But we got through it. We dunk our thing. So then I decided to try a whole third loadout, seeing if it would be better. But so I was still like doing testing here. And then but I pretty much had my strats figured out. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go for it. Because I had tried, like I said, so many to this point. So triple tap. Doing damage. Oh yeah, so let me talk about this part. So as soon as that door opens, this, I think, is the best strat, is to use a sniper from this doorway. It's very consistent damage, and consistency is key on this boss, and it's safe, and this is about the only time you can deal safe damage in this entire boss fight. So you chuck that out, you chuck your melee, and that, again, is why I have a pugilist weapon for when I go back, so that I can get that melee back. And then we just go in with Cloud Strike. So I wanted to see if Cloud Strike was better than that other sniper I was using. So that other sniper has triple tap Vorpal as well, but it's a high impact. I actually prefer a high impact because look how many shots I'm missing. These rapid fire frames are great for DPS, but if you have div or something, that's awesome. But if you're trying to hit shots on a moving target like this, like, it can be tricky. And here is why I went with a sword, because I knew I was going to be getting pushed. But again, that was just like a practice loadout just to kind of see. But I think the rest of the run, I just use my main damage setup. So then, when he does that thing, damage stops. You can get in a little bit of extra damage, but then you see he goes immune down here. We take out that guy just to get by him. And then we drop down. And now we go back to our running loadout, which again is Breachlight with Pugilist Swashbuckler, this deadweight arc shotgun. And because that was the other thing. So because I did those loadout swaps, look, I only had 15 sword ammo, and then I swapped back to Grand Overture, and I only have 7. So 100% do not switch to Cloud Strike. I might try switching to Whisper, just to see, and then switch back to Grand Overture just to see if that's good, because Whisper would absolutely cook. You'll see. I showed you Cloud Strike. On the next one, I'll show you what my Albruna D does, my Arc Sniper with triple tap and Vorpal. So right there, just watch my melee energy down here. 1, 2, almost have it back. 3 kills, I got it back. Now we're gonna hunt out the suppressor fragment. Gonna take him out. Go to mid to try to bait both. We do. Hit him with the hammer. And just like that, we're rolling. So I have heavy ammo finder on, and I think there's new mods, but they have to be on crafted or enhanced weapons. So I might even enhance this shotgun. I think there's one that like can give you heavy ammo or something. I got to look into it. But definitely run that here, because that's just another way to get ammo. So that would be very, very helpful. But for me, I just had a heavy ammo finder on. Again, I still have to optimize my loadouts. This was just a bunch of testing. But again, that's why I wanted to make this video, so that I could give tips and advice before I make my solo flawless guide. Because again, for my solo flawless guide, I'll know all what I know now, but I will also have to do it on the other characters. So I can give like build suggestions and stuff for Hunter and Warlock as well. So again, there I swapped the augments, which didn't really have to do. Oh, I think that was where I tested. Again, I was still in testing mode here. But then I was just like, well, let's just try going for it. So there, I got enough weapon kills. I actually got a heavy finder brick. And even with a finder brick, I got 10 Grand Overture shots because I have Arc Scav on. So that's honestly pretty good. So that's why Grand Overture is so good here, is because it does that quick burst damage off the start. So you're going to get some guaranteed damage. Also, my number was 3. I didn't really show like me scanning, but it was 3. So I shoot the 4 panels that have the 3 on them. But yeah, that's why I really like Grand Overture for a solo, because yeah, it's just good, consistent damage all the time and safe, because you can hip fire it too to stack up your stacks. where other things, if you're ADS'd in that boss room, like that boss room is hectic. It's harder than the Witness. The Witness has a defined attack pattern that once you get it down, you can actually just hold in your scope with Whisper. People have done it on the Witness. I don't think there's anyone that's going to learn this attack pattern of this boss room and be able to focus in on the Witness. Certainly not solo, or not on the Witness, on the Puppeteer. Definitely not solo, because you got all those other ads to deal with. Like, this is hectic. So again, I leave the one that's close. I shoot it on my way to the terminal. We dunk. You can also hear him charging his shot, and if you like hit boost or slide at the right time, you can sometimes make him miss. So there, we scan the close to. That is why I'm running solar for that resto grenade. We get unlucky, it's the last one. We kill him. And then this is what I was talking about. In that shitty room, I don't even try to dunk the augment, because that augment I think is on the other side of the room here. Or actually maybe it was up here. So I could have dunked it in this case. But either way, now you get to see the other example that I was talking about. We just pick it up, we go down. Now look, viral goes away as soon as we pass through this door. I'm just going to speed all this up. Then you head out this part of the room, dip down, miss all the mines, jump the mine, go through. So this is what I was saying. So now we're going to have to go to that middle room and pick our scanner augment back up. So we go to the middle room. There's the scanner, one bonk hammer. And then I'm just going to kill some ads just to try to farm some ammo. But yeah, basically that's how quick it was. So you do save a little bit of time if you're able to dunk it. Oh, but then there is also this. These guys come into this room. So I have radiation. There must be one behind me, and there's one in front of me. So yeah, you can kind of get pinched there sometimes as well. So I got pretty lucky missing the radiation at the start of this run. Twice there I got to ×9. But again, that was just me kind of playing reckless also. I didn't need to farm up ammo there. I should have just got in and got out before those guys can get there. So those are the risks and rewards. Again, that's why I wanted to make this video, to talk about those type of things. So screw the potential ammo drops. Don't hit radiation ×9. We pick that up. Again, I always shoot that one first. Then we can get away from those radiation guys. We have to finish left. This one's right by the terminal, which is perfect. We also have cover here. Look, the boss can't see us. This is how the other room should be designed. That other room is damn near unfair for solo play. Like, you can just die to bullshit. But at least on this, we're okay. I'm actually going to turn the volume back up because I wasn't on stream here anymore. Then we grab scanner. It's that guy. I've got that radiation guy near me. So on the second one, you never have to dunk it because you don't need scanner anymore. After that second one, you're good to go. So that's one nice thing. So you can always just dip right in there. Then you exit out here. So we're going to kill these guys. Again, I had swapped to my specials. Got special to drop, so we're laughing. And then again, I'm just going to kill these guys. Just so I have a chance at getting more special ammo. And there, we're full ammo, and we still have like 3 special bricks in this room. So now we're chilling. But I still have to stack up my missiles. And again, you can do this just on these panels, which is amazing. Another reason Grand Overture is so good. Stack them up to ×20. Make sure it's fully reloaded. Now we go in, and here's where you want to do your swap every time. You do it here so that you can get the max time on your time dilation. Pretty much you want to be getting shot up right when you come out of your menu, which I was. We do that. I didn't ready the volley, which was a mistake, but anyways, it's like a half-second time loss. We actually hit a crit, so he doesn't move. That one is doing my head in. So there, I was about to shoot, and if you see those things coming, also Lost Signal does that weird thing sometimes. So I just want to point something out. So I saw the ground was about to like do a bunch of damage to me. And then I jump. And I probably would have died there if I hadn't done that. If I had tried to take that guy out before jumping. So yeah, you just have to take what the game gives you. Now this guy's kind of pushing me. Half the freaking floor is lit up, so I just have to move. So yeah, some of this was still a little sloppy. But again, I'm able to watch my gameplay back now, which is going to help me when I go to attempt my solo flawless run. Then we pop our super. We're able to take out a bunch of those enemies. This is just chaos, man. Like, most of the freaking boss room is lit up here. That's just crazy. So again, we're taking out all the ads, which I don't know if you have to take them all out, because I think when you go in here, after this radiation dunk, maybe they despawn. I'm not even sure. So I probably should have focused a little more on boss damage there, but either way, gives us time to reload. This time I don't swap to Cloud Strike, and we're just gonna do the sniper thing. So look, 58,000 to the head, where Cloud Strike was hitting like 33,000 or something. That being said, it was doing, whatchamacallit? It was doing the lightning strikes, so you're getting some extra damage there. Unfortunately, I don't have a mag increasing perk on this, so I can only hold 4 in the mag, but if I could hold 5, this thing would be awesome, because I think I'd be able to proc triple tap twice then. But even without that, still really good, and that slower rate of fire, I'm able to hit all my crits. And on this boss especially, total damage is far more important than DPS. DPS doesn't really matter at all. Grand Overture is nice because you can get early DPS before the ads get hectic, and that's what makes it so good in this fight. But then after that, you're just looking for total damage. These guys push me. I come out, do another volley. I didn't put the GL on him first, but I was just trying to get that volley out before he became immune. Yeah, and I just hit it before immunity. So that's what? 2 phases there? Get to the E in Puppeteer. So that's not terrible. And knowing what I know now, oh, right there, that was important too. So here now, I put on 2 Arc Siphons because I don't need my super a bunch, and I'm not getting melee kills in the boss room. So having hands-on, especially in my damage loadout, is pointless. So I put Arc Siphons on, because then if I get a double kill with Grand Overture, now I'll make an orb, and then I can get more weapon surge. So again, all these little optimizations, I was still learning during this run. So now when I go to craft my preset builds, oh, this was another thing I was testing. So as I'm sitting in here, I'm like, hey, maybe you can just stay in here. And it appears that you could. I don't wait super long, but I think you could probably just stay in here and wait for your melee to regenerate, wait for a super if you were like wanting to take your time that much. I think you can just chill in there. But then once you come out, it's going to get things going again. So here, I have no Grand Overture ammo because I did screw myself early on with that. And again, I thought, hey, I don't need super energy from melee kills, so why don't I put triple heavy ammo finder on to increase my chances at heavy drops? Because heavy ammo is what I need, not super energy. I only use my super on the boss. So then there, we farm up our melee. And then we just get the bonk train going. Both these guys push me when I go to mid. So you always want to drop your clone in mid if you can. But if you're at like 5 radiation and the guy's right on top of you, by all means, drop it, shoot him, get him out of your way. Like, do what you got to do. So here, I have Suppressor. And now I'm just keeping Suppressor because this was another thing I had wanted to test. So I just keep Suppressor. I kill the Scanner Augment. And then I see what happens when I take these guys out. Unfortunately, shit was all hectic. But I do get my hammer back. But Suppressor, I do only have like 20 some seconds. So you do have to be wary of that. Don't hold it for too long. But yeah, it's like, oh, good. It appears that everything is normal. And yeah, there we can see the operator over there. So we pick up Scanner. Now we have none of those radiation idiots to deal with. And now we're just doing our running. Watch out for those Marauders. They hit hard. And then I'm just going to farm a whole bunch of sidearm kills trying to get heavy ammo. So you could hear that little noise too. This. So that tells me that it's number 4 panel again. It's the top right. Another thing, I actually turned my game volume off. Sorry, my music volume for the game off, because being able to hear in boss room is so crucial with those lightning strikes to know kind of when they're on top of you. So I highly, highly suggest turning your music off. Yeah, it made a big difference for me. So there, I shoot all the number 4s, and then we're gonna dunk this. And then we're just going to take out a bunch of ads, trying to farm some heavy ammo. So we're going to reload our Grand Overture. So there, the triple heavy finder made a difference. Oh, and then I get another brick. So sometimes you get what's called like these heavy runs or heavy trains. And then in those times, you want to kill like as many ads as possible, because you can just keep like getting heavy ammo sometimes. So yeah, if you see a heavy brick drop, start slaying out on ads. And if you see another one, then yeah, just start killing as many ads as you can to farm up bricks. So there, I farm up my missiles. I could have readied the volley, and I do actually ready the volley there. You can do it whenever you want. It always stays on. So then again, we're going to the side with the blinking, flashing, rotating lights. Jump down. I'm going to get my Roaring Flames going a little bit before I take on these Marauders, just because I was getting so many ammo kills, so I didn't have that going. And now I have 10 seconds, well, 11 seconds of restoration, which is also really nice. So what I want to do is grab this while I have resto, because look, I'm getting my health back, and then I can get to the safe spot. So again, that was all intentional. Hitting those Marauders in there, getting resto, going into this shitty room, so that I can grab it and be safe and then get to the spot with cover. We shoot the one nearest the terminal. We dunk it. Then we're running over. Oh, I almost forgot that. So yeah, again, I was messing up sometimes as well. We checked those guys, but our resto grenade kind of saved us. And then he dropped a heavy as well. And then again, in this shitty room, I just stopped caring completely about dunking my scanner. If I got the shitty room first, then I was just like, whatever, so be it. I'll go kill the guy in mid. And I highly, highly suggest that for you. So here, I was just like, okay, whatever. I can slide through these and it's not going to kill me. And then this is the one time one of these guys is in here. And I don't have a healing grenade. So this could have easily killed me. So don't do that either. Always try to miss the mines if you can, because you never know when one of these stupid fucking radiation puppets is going to be in here. God, those guys are annoying, man. So anyway, again, I have to go back to mid to grab the thingy. We're getting radiation. We're making special ammo off those Marauders. Here's the good room. So then all we got to do is dunk it in the terminal. Again, that's like a 30-second time addition tops if you don't dunk that scanner buff. And for the safety it provides, especially in a solo flawless, well worth it. So now we have a bunch of these guys in here, which is really annoying. So basically you just have to kind of bait them around and just work around them. So I want to finish left. Dunk our operator. Those guys spawn. We grab scanner. Again, this is why you need to be so quick. I never really did point this out, but when I shoot the panel, 44 seconds, sector purge countdown. If you don't get that thing dunked in that 44 seconds, you wipe. So yeah, now we're just running, doing our scanning. Not on the right side. That guy, proc radiant, shoot him with the thing, jump right in. that's the whole rotation every time. Again, you just have to work around what the game's giving you. So here, swap my weapons. There was green already on the ground. That guy gave me green. There's green there. So yeah, we're laughing. We have all those bricks back in the other room, and we only need like one of them. And our Grand Overture's full because we got on that heavy run. And because it's so good on ammo economy, you get like so much ammo back per brick. So yeah, I can't recommend Grand Overture enough. Shoot our lost signal, come down, shoot our volley, or throw the hammer, shoot our volley, and then we just got to try to take these guys out. There I hit my shots. There I proc triple tap. That is textbook. This is what it's supposed to look like. So it took me by the third rotation, but yeah, when you're flying up, shoot your lost signal. That's going to apply the debuff. Throw your hammer, pull that out, volley ready to go. Land pretty much all the volley, even get a couple extra shots in there, and then boom, hit your shots. It can be tough because there's just so much flinch going on. But yeah, once those guys are dead, then you actually have some time. And look, you can hip fire this thing. So I'm hip firing. He's debuffed. I have my arc weapon surge. Somehow I got radiant. Oh, this was even better than I thought. So your hammer, if it explodes on an enemy, so look, I got 15 seconds there from my hammer. But my hammer actually stays at his feet and it explodes. And when it explodes, if it hits, it refreshes radiant. So right there. 6 seconds, watch the timer. 15 seconds. And then we can go in some more. So this was an excellent damage phase. If you could have this every time, you might be able to 5 phase with this method. I don't know. But it'd be close, I think. If you had like optimal DPS. So here is another thing that gets very tricky. When you pop Hammer of Soul, this really looks like this, doesn't it? So Solar Supers, like even Well of Radiance, it's sketchy. So this is why you have to be listening for those lightning strikes. And that's kind of what I talked about when I said you don't want your music volume up. And then there, I could see it kind of coming around me. And even then, so right here, it's like charging up about to blow. So again, I get pretty lucky. Like I missed that by half a second. And it will kill you in your super. Trust me, I died many times to that in my super. So now these guys spawn. Unfortunately, I have to reload at a very inopportune time because I was doing so much damage with Grand Overture. So it was a good thing, but a bad thing. So we're going to get the debuff on those guys, use our grenade, take them out. So yeah, Lost Signal is really good for that too. And then he does his little thing. And again, so there was that change that I made. I spawn an orb there. So then I'm able to get armor charge. Obviously, I can't really take advantage of it, but that's why I put Arc Siphon on my damage loadout instead of hands-on. Again, all of these little optimizations are the difference between like an 8 phase and a 6 phase. If I had longer time dilation on 2, maybe I can take advantage of that. Not quite, but anyways, we get the Radiant proc, and then we just start going to town with the Weaken. We got triple tap going. It's all good. And then just making sure we hit our shots so we can proc triple tap. I just wish I had a mag increasing perk on this thing. Guess I better get in. I think it might drop from Gambit, so. So unfortunately, he's not in a great spot, but these things happen. Look, at least I'm not getting hit by this. I would way rather have unoptimal DPS than, you know, die. So you just take what you can get on that second part of the phase, and sometimes he's in a good spot and you can go to town with your sniper, and other times he's not, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're playing safe. So here we farm up 15 shots for our volley just because we're sitting there waiting anyways. We get our suppressor, we drop that. Take them out. Here comes the scanner. We're not going to drop our suppressor, but we've got 45 seconds. Again, you just have to remember that. Bait them both to the middle. Restoration's helping keep us alive. And just like that, they're dead. Now we spawn that guy in. He baited me. 25 seconds. Actually, I want to see something. Does suppressor refresh its buff like operator does? 39, 38, 37, 36. No, it does not. So anyways, we dunk our thing. We pick up scanner. We run to the pillars. We're getting caught on stuff. It's number 4 again, which, like I said, is my favorite because it's so easy to see. Get a heavy brick. Again, that's why I was farming up those 15 shots. If I hadn't done that, well, anyways, say it was at like 60 and that brick dropped, I'd only got 7 ammo. But because I farmed up a bunch of shots, I got 26 ammo from 1 brick. That's insane ammo economy. Again, why I can't recommend Grand Overture enough. And then there, we topped up, but we weren't optimal because I am still missing 5 shots on my volley because I didn't farm it completely. But still, I'm doing way better than if I hadn't farmed it at all. And then there, I actually forgot one of the 4. So here, I go on for like ever at this part because I thought it was done, but then I realized the doors weren't open. See? On the red flashing side, the doors aren't open, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's because I had forgot to shoot one of the panels. But it's okay because I am able to farm heavy ammo finder off killing all those enemies with my weapons. This time we shoot all 4. Now we dunk the thing. And do I load up my volley here? I'm not sure, but I do have 2 finder bricks, which is awesome. We reload that. Again, we're farming resto. Not sure what I was doing there. But anyway, now we have big resto going into the shit room. So I want to find that operator augment as quick as I can while I still have resto. We get it. We're going to finish left side, so we're going to shoot right side first. And we come over here, dunk, and see, even that path I took, all these things might seem like nothing to like a, I don't want to say like casual viewer, but like, not implying that you're casuals, but just like, it just seems like, oh, he's just dunking it. But no, this was like all premeditated. It's like, you shoot that one, then you run over, and if you go here, that's a line of sight that the boss can lose on you, where if I run around here, he can potentially shoot me and probably will. And I get lucky, I float right on in. And now here, he's still going to shoot me, and this guy's going to hit me. But we're going to get out. And then we got to jump up here, which can kind of be annoying sometimes. And then I put that at not quite the right angle, but here is where barricades are nice. Because I can stand right where I'm standing. This guy's not going to be able to shoot me. The boss can't shoot me. These other bosses over here can't shoot me. So as long as those radiation guys don't push me, I'm safe to fill my health up. Look. Then I'm able to dip out. And again, getting that health back mattered because now look at my health. Use my healing grenade. I try to use my healing grenade like at the end. If I can help it. And then it was the last one. And again, at this point, I just decided, you know what? I'm not even going to dunk that. In a fire team, you definitely want to, and it's a lot easier to. But as a solo, just go back to middle room and grab your augment again. It's not a big deal. So here we're running the mines. You can get through it without tripping any. Grab that. And now we're cruising. Unfortunately, I missed that guy, and I would like to kill them just for some resto. That being said, this room isn't as bad. And then there, again, we get 9 radiation. That radiation really lingers sometimes. Like, you think you're out of it, and you're just not, but that's just bungee things. So then we dunk, pick up operator, shoot the shitty one first. Now we're gonna get some resto going, because why not? Shoot our last one. There I fucked up, but it wasn't too bad. We grab scanner, do our scans. And the reason, I do just want to point this out too. So the reason I jump across instead of going up is just momentum. I check him and all my momentum's going this way, so it's quicker to just go that way. Unfortunately, in hindsight, it would have been quicker if I had gone to the last one, the top guy. But you never know, right? So I just try to keep my momentum going because that's going to be better than anything. Movement is so crucial for just staying alive in Destiny, especially in this dungeon because of like the whole boss room and everything. So yeah. Now we're just going to kill those guys, hoping for some special ammo. It's good if you can get special in the hallways and stuff. Like there, that one dropped us. But again, we have lots back here. We're going to farm up our 20 missiles. We're going to reload it. That's what I like about this dungeon, is you do have time to breathe at some points. Now we've ready our volley. We have full ammo. So yeah, you can like get set up, swap to your DPS rotation. Like you have to take advantage of those quiet moments so that when things get hectic, you're at least as prepared as you can be. Chuck that out. Shoot the volley. This got really crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. So yeah, sometimes, like the time before, I had like the best opening damage that I probably had ever had. And then this time, that whole like middle section was lit up. Now it's lit up on top of me here. And I'm just like trying to find some room to breathe. So yeah, that's what's really tough about this fight, is you have to read and react, where in pretty much every other thing in Destiny that I can think of, once you kind of learn it, it's always the same every time. And that's a big philosophy behind why this is the hardest solo flawless dungeon experience ever, which I plan on making a video on. But yeah, that is like the main reason, is the unpredictability of it. It's very difficult. So again, I don't know if I have to be taking out all those guys, but I do, just because that's what's safer. And it's still farming missiles for Grand Overture as well. Throw our hammer, got the weaken. Now we're doing big damage. Here he came to the left, which is kind of good for us. Unfortunately, that one guy pushed, so I think most of our volley went into him. And then there, these are projectiles, so I'm actually hitting the corner of the wall. Not there, luckily. I don't know if that can explode on you, but right there, I'm not hitting the boss, I'm hitting the wall. But then, yeah, when you get pushed, you can just hip fire, 3-shot these guys. Really easy. And then I ran out of time to do damage. So yeah, like I said, it's definitely not the most optimal, but if you're trying to get a solo flawless, I think this is pretty much the safest strat that you can use while still having like fairly good damage. We used Anarchy Mountaintop day 1 contest and it was great. But I just found it very chaotic in this boss room, and it's not as good for taking out the puppets as Grand Overture is great if they push you, and then the sniper is great when they're at a distance. So I really like it for that, because once I shifted my focus from just trying to scramble and do awesome DPS to actually focusing on taking out the ads, that was night and day difference. And it was literally like I was barely getting through one phase of damage to what you're seeing in this run. Because like I said, I was testing, and then even at the start of this run, I tested Cloud Strike. So I was testing like right up to this run. And on the run before this, I kind of realized like, hey, if I just focus on those guys, I think I'll stay alive and have consistent damage. And then I put that idea into practice in this one. and it was very true. So number 3, I don't know where all those ones are nearly as well. But yeah, sometimes you just have to scramble around for a while to try and find your shit. So that's what I'm doing here. Takes me a minute. I think the last one's up on the ceiling right above me. I keep missing it, keep missing it. Just look up, Tizzle. For fuck's sakes, just look up, bro. Behind you, up. There it is. Yep. So yeah, again, now I'm learning kind of where those spots are, so that when I go to do my solo flawless, hopefully you're not just watching me scramble around this room for 5 minutes. Like I did in Spire the Watcher, trying to find those little nodes that you had to shoot. I was so slow at it on day 1. I did day 1 solo flawless it, but it's like, it wasn't an entertaining or good run to watch, for better or worse. I have went back and solo flawless it since, and I do like it more now that I kind of understand the mechanics a little more. Where in this one, like I said, I'm taking the time to really learn it so that I can make good, helpful content for you. So again, we're going to finish right where we need to. Go up, dunk. One thing I want to talk about real quick is we have scanner over here, where sometimes scanner's up here. I don't know if there's an augment in the main room, if you can put it in a certain scanner and it corresponds to one in these rooms, or it's random. I tried sort of looking for a pattern, like I kept putting scanner and operator on the same 2 terminals, because there's 2 terminals on one side in that main room. So I'd put them in those 2 terminals to see if they'd be side by side in here, and they weren't. So they might correspond, and I just don't know the corresponding action, or it's totally random. I don't know. Again, maybe people will figure that out. These dungeons always get hella optimized. So yeah, maybe there is a way to tell. But for now, at least, I don't really know how to set yourself up in that way. Like the bells in Duality. If you shot the top bell, then to get out, it would be the bottom bell. It was always opposite. So if you were running Vault on Sun and Dogs or whatever, if you wanted to leave out the bottom, you would shoot the top bell so that as you were coming out, the bell to leave was at the bottom. You could actually set that up for yourself to save yourself a few seconds of time, which was crucial early on in soloing Duality, because sometimes that was really tight. Now we've kind of power crept it so we can get through it more quickly, so the margins aren't as thin. But again, that was an optimization that people figured out. So maybe they'll figure out how to dunk these augments into the right terminals. But for now, at least for me, I don't know which it is. So here, I decided to pop my super, just kind of because like my radiation was high, as you can see. And I was just like, I'm not taking any chances. This is actually a pretty good run. I might actually clear here now that I know what I'm doing. But then look at this. I get in here, and I'm still getting radiation. Like how? I'm not by that purple thing. So again, if you're solo flawlessing, as soon as you get in here, right here, drop it. And fucking go to this corner away from these guys. Be as safe as you can be. So then we go run the mines. There might be other ways to get to that other side. I know you can actually drop down to these rooms as well, but this was the pathing I found, and I just roll with it. It's how I like to do it. Again, it's not too hard to avoid the mines, so that's just what I go with. So we pick up our scanner. We're going to find the empty terminal. So this time, the empty terminal is right above operator, which is really nice. We can dunk operator, jump above, get the thing. There, I messed up. I didn't shoot the shitty one first, but as long as we're not shooting that shitty one last, that's all that really matters. So we shoot that, dip over, dunk, jump up, grab scanner. Quick but controlled. Checking our stuff. That one. Radiant. Vorpal. Boom. Dead. In. Barely any radiation. And we're off to another damage phase. So yeah, you can get to damage so fucking quickly with Titan. It's just so nice. I'll find other strats for the other characters, but yeah, like, I'm just a big fan of the Bonk Titan, as you all know. So all our stuff is ready to go. Swap, get shot up. Coming down, catch ourselves. If you come down too hard, there's big like screen jump and you'll miss a ton of your volleys. So I run strafe jump, but yeah, I try to kind of catch myself so that when I hit, it doesn't like jump me all around. So maybe it's better to come back here. This I discovered again just after. And yeah, maybe they don't have as good a line of sight on you. There, I got a little greedy trying to take these guys out quickly instead of focusing on the floor, but we avoid it. Yeah, this shit is just so hectic. And that was how the contest was for us too. Like sometimes I'd have really good damage and other times I felt like I was scrambling literally the entire time. I was just like, I don't think I did any damage, guys. Like I felt like I was just running for my life the entire time. But again, it's better to play your life. On the contest, it does matter because you only had 3 phases. But on a solo flawless, if you have to take 10 phases, play your freaking life. Like at this point, you're an hour and a half in probably. You don't want to die. So just keep an eye on that floor and take your shots when you can. And even there, like that's sketchy. I'm going to try to dunk that thing and this whole side gets lit up. So I got lucky there, but I probably should have just backed up, let the thing hit, and then ran in here. Because if I was like a second slower, maybe I get hit by that big arc explosion on my way into there. So we have lost signal, cocked, ready to go. He was actually shooting me there, so I got to back up. So I was playing a little high, because you can actually play down like I am now, and it's better. This time he went right. Can't really see him that well, getting pushed. So yeah, if I wasn't playing so safe, like I did no damage in that phase. So that's like the downside to this safe method is sometimes he moves to a spot where you can keep doing damage. Sometimes he moves to a spot where you can't. You could leave that room and try to do more damage, but again, is it worth it? I don't really know. But when I was doing my practice stuff, I could consistently hit 3 million damage, and he has about 16 million. So that should be comfortable 6 phase with potential to push it to a 5 phase. I haven't really seen any other solo flawless clears or anything, so I don't really know what's normal. But to me, that doesn't seem too bad for like just given how that boss room plays. So anyways, like I said, you can see I'm getting much quicker at all this. I don't know why I dunked that thing. Or was that both of them already dead? Yeah, so I am just getting quicker at it. And there we find the thing. I guess I am watching on like 1.5 times speed as well. Taking everything out. Now you're going to see, what number are we on? 3 again. That one in the ceiling. Trying to farm up a bit of ammo off those guys. And then it's really just rinse repeat at this point. I have 2 phases left, I believe. Shoot our stuff. Dunk it. Another thing you can do, even on immune ads, so your mini hammer will cure you if you do damage to an enemy and then pick it up. It grants cure. You can even hit like those immune radiation guys to get a chunk of cure, which is really helpful sometimes. So just another thing to keep in mind, if you're out of a healing grenade, you do still have another way to heal. And like I said, that's why this build is just so good. You have all that potential healing on demand. You got your barricade. There, I forgot I had to go get my scanner fragment. Luckily, there was no radiation guys like immediately in there, because that could have been hectic because the guy got immuned. And then there was one on either side of me, so I decided to go down that stairwell a little bit to kind of try to avoid them. And that's what I mean by just taking what the game gives you. There was one in front and behind me, so I was kind of fucked either way I went. So I just went right, kind of like Pac-Man, just avoiding the bad guys. Didn't mean to mantle there. Grab our things, start with the shitty one on the stairs. Come out, get some restoration just for some safety. Shoot the last one right when I'm near that terminal. Run over, get the other one I need. Get lucky because it's the first one I scan. Dunk it. Easy peasy. Swap to my stuff. Volley's ready. Weapon loadout's good to go. 2 guys drop special, and there's another brick in that hallway. We are laughing. We are fully loaded. 20 missiles loaded plus 67 shots. So essentially that's 87 shots. We swap, get launched up, shoot lost signal, throw the hammer. Come down not very soft. Shoot our volley. Hit our snipes. Proc triple tap. Yep. Don't hit the next shot though. I'm not sure if you can sit on that little antenna that I fell on, but it did kind of shock the ground underneath me as I was on top of that, so maybe that's a safe spot, even though you're going to get peppered there by enemies, but still just something to note. We get our Roaring Flame stacks up. We got Resto going, which is really nice for this part. We must add Radiant too, because I think we 2-shot that first guy. Whole floor is lit up. So right here, what I should do, now that I'm watching this and I kind of know how this rotation works, look, there's no puppets over here. One over here. So instead of killing this guy, what I should do is run behind this cover right here and start doing damage to the boss for as long as I can until the floor starts lighting up. There, we get a nice volley. And how big was that volley? 11 shots. So yeah, again, some nice DPS before he puts his thing up. But what I could have done, like I said, is right here, gone over there, and done that. So would have got a couple seconds more of damage, but whatever. These are things I'm learning as I'm watching this. Pick up my stuff. Floor's getting lit the hell up. So there I get really lucky. So I don't know how much time you have here. Because look, this is a wipe mechanic. Communes with the anomaly. We got 42 seconds on this. Yeah, so don't get greedy for damage there either. That could have been really, really bad. Yeah, that floor was ready to take me out. But we got lucky, and sometimes you do just need a little bit of luck too on these solo flawless runs. Like, that's the difference between one and not, is just making that or not making that. So here we're getting some good sniper shots in. We got cover. He can't really snipe us. He blinks right, which is hard to see from here. But then he does rotate, which is lucky. But he didn't rotate into the lost signal. But we're still able to put in some damage. So where last time I wasn't able to get like any damage in, this time he moved and I was able to get about 80,000 in sniper shots in. So yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. And now we're on to the last phase. Swap back to our stuff. Again, you could wait out your melee if you so wanted, if you don't have a pugilist weapon or something. We farm up our 20 missile shots. Did I get it reloaded? Even if I don't get it reloaded, that doesn't matter. Yes, I do. So yeah, that's basically ready to go now. We've got tons of special on the ground. Pick up our augment, run to the middle to try to get both. Plop it down. Fuck him up. Fuck this guy up. As soon as he's dead, the other ones are going to spawn in. I just try spawn killing them because now I'm just in the zone now. I'm just feeling confident. I'm like, let's see if I can just spawn trap him. Yeah, you can. So that's another thing you can do if you don't mind dropping 2. If you don't want to go to mid, you can just spawn kill him. He spawns right in front of us. Those guys spawn left or right. He happened to spawn right in front of us, so we kill him immediately. Wait till it says scanner. Pick that up. Run around. It's my favorite one, number 4. Pick up operator. Yeah, it's just that quick sometimes. Do, 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 do. Now we're chilling. Put it in the terminal. Jump down. Keep our resto going. It's the shitty room. And that's a shitty terminal to have to run back to. Actually, from here it's not so bad. Because yeah, I can shoot this and go through that spot. But it's really shitty when you gotta run up there for scanner. And then scanner is actually down here, which isn't too bad. Again, I'm going with momentum. And again, it kind of screwed me, but that's okay. He actually dropped a heavy brick, which is awesome. Actually, I just want to... So here's what I was talking about with the Kier. Look at my health. It's about half. Pick up that hammer. Boom. Got a bunch back. So then I'm actually able to keep my resto grenade even. Which is good, because like I said, if I meet one of those puppeteers in the mine hallway again, I might need that resto grenade. So if you don't have to use it, don't use it. But if it's even looking any kind of sketchy, especially this many phases in, when the next phase you're probably going to kill, then absolutely use your grenade. There, I'm just kind of baiting those puppeteers around, because I don't want them at the doorway. So I kind of come toward the top of the stairs. They come up the stairs, and now we have a way to go by. And then, of course, there is one in here. I jump a little high. Oh, no, I didn't actually get it. Maybe I got lucky. Make it through the mines. And then into our last room for this. Find our terminal. So yeah, if you watched this whole video, then you are an absolute champ, and I commend you, and I hope you learned something. I'm sure you did, but yeah, if you watched all this, then yeah, thanks so much. It takes a long time to make these videos, and I just hope that they help the people that I'm trying to help. And if you do get a solo clear or a solo flawless off this, let me know, because that'd be really cool. And like I said, I'm going to work on a guide for some other characters and whatever else, but there we get lucky. One of our early scans is the guy. We put it in, and yeah, at this point, I pretty much know I'm going to clear, which is always a nice feeling. But you still have to focus up. You still can't get complacent. Gotta go through all the motions still and pay attention to the floor and don't do anything stupid. But at this point, it's like, it's looking good. So our volley's ready. We go through that same routine as always. Big volley on the boss. Even got a few shots in after the fact, which could have been dangerous, but it wasn't. Actually rotated to the dangerous floor. Get some more shots in. Again, so like that one time, like pretty much the whole floor was lit up. And here, I'm able to just like put in damage on the boss, and that's how this boss fight goes. This was a great example on this one. And then there, I'm kind of getting flinched, maybe a little nervous because I think I'm about to clear. So I missed my throws on the boss. And anyways, now he's super low. I missed a throw on him. I'm scrambling for my life now. This was really sketchy right there, actually. That could have been terrible. And then, yeah, he just needs a couple shots, so we clean him up. Like I said, if you watch this whole video, you're a freaking champ. Hope you learned something. Like and subscribe. Good luck on your solo flawlesses and all that. And keep an eye out for my Solo Flawless Dungeon guide. It'll have pretty much all that info I was talking about, just condensed and a little easier to watch and follow. But yeah, I learned a lot even just watching that back and doing the commentary, and especially as I was playing through it. Like I said, I just kept learning more and more every run to just perfectly optimize my build. Everything I was doing had a reason. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to let you go. This video is way too long. Take care.